this week was the end of Chainsaw Man, or what we thought was the end of Chainsaw Man, but it was actually the end of Chainsaw Man's introduction, or the first arc, man. How hyped are you, Jordan?
Bro, I'm pretty stoked. I mean, we were hearing, the whispers that this was the end. And then I think it was like earlier this week where you saw something, then you sent me the text and you're like, it's the end of part 1. And we're like, yeah, I raised my fist and cheered and just rejoiced because it wasn't really over after, that sad, you're like, oh, well, I guess this is the end. But then it realized,
it was like that one panel where people had the chainsaws and they're all celebrating Chainsaw Man. That was us.
Yeah, seriously.
Because what we understood was that we heard that Chainsaw Man was in its final stages, and then we heard it's going to end in the next 2 chapters. And earlier this week, the announcement that came up, and it was a leak. Of course, it's a fucking leak. They're all goddamn leaks. But this was a leak that Fujimoto said, his editor said, please, try not to say anything till official release, which didn't work. But they said it was the end of part 1, and that was when I heard that, I was so ecstatic because this world that Chainsaw Man is in, it has so much potential, and I think we all kind of realized that, especially from the beginning. We kind of got drawn in. I think right with the Santa Claus arc, the puppet arc. Well, I guess I wouldn't call it arc, but that battle when they fought they got taken to hell and they fought the one of the primordial arc demons, fears, which is the Dark Devil. Yeah, so oh man, dude, there's just so much potential. So hearing this, not only is it of course one of our favorite mangas that we've ever read, and also getting continuation, just man, there's no better news I think for a manga than to hear that.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know, it's cool this, looking back on it, how this whole part 1 has been basically just a long origin story, 97 chapter origin story, because you see it's jumping ahead to the end of the chapter, but it's Denji knows he's confident in himself, the whole story, or this first part has been kind of him. He's got a lot of self-doubt,
yeah,
and just a lot of brooding, he just wants a normal life basically. And now he has a purpose in life. And, I mean, this whole, basically, from chapter 1 till 97, that's what we've been building towards. So now, it's, part 2 is going to be, Chainsaw Man, the superhero.
The superhero, yeah. It's end of part 1, public safety arc. And, I know we got Denji, in his character progression, 97 chapters. But yeah, let's talk about this opening scene here. A full color page spread of delicious, delectable makima.
Oh, dude, I sliced me up some makima sushi.
I mean, she was pretty thick. I mean, sliced me up some of that cake,
Bro, you want the nuggets right there, bro?
Bro, I'll take the nuggets. I'll take the This is so gross, dude. This is so vile. I mean, it's not vile, but man, it's crazy. We got a full color spread of essentially these meats, food, and Denji just chowing down.
Yeah, the one that left me kind of disturbed is that small panel. It says extreme juice, and it's just a blender of blended makima. I was oh,
what is that?
Extreme
juice in the hot pot.
Yeah. Oh man.
Mystery meat.
Mystery meat. We know.
Oh man, I guess literally just got chills right there.
Yeah.
And I'm getting sushi too, so I'll take a picture.
Oh man, that's gonna make you hungry, right?
Yeah, delectable. But I mean, it's funny. It's just so weird. It's typical Chainsaw Man insanity.
It is, yeah. And you get his explanation when he's talking to. Dude, I can't remember that guy's name to save the life of me.
Kabanishi. Oh, shoot. I forgot it now.
Scarface?
Scarface, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, he's, talking to him, and he's just saying, how he did it out of love, basically. He just wanted to be one with her so much. He really cared about Makima.
Yeah.
And this is his way of, showing love in a really... Hannibal Lecter, twisted, just disturbed way.
It's like a way of like sparing her in some weird way, where like he knew he had to kill her, but like he didn't want to kill her, so how could he like be as one? It was so yeah. If you haven't read if you read the chapter, you know what we're saying here, but it was very interesting.
Yeah, that's for sure. I like how he's also like basically this like being a dog walker. He's got like 15 dogs with him in this opening scene. Oh, it's like
And Meowie, Power's cat.
Oh yeah, he does. I didn't even realize that.
What, dude? I love that. If you didn't see it, there he's like riding on his head, and on his shoulder. I love it, man. He's got all of Makima's dogs.
Yeah.
So he's got his own little family here, his own little animal family.
Yeah.
Inherited.
I like
Kishibe. That's his guy's name. Kishibe.
Kishibe. Yep, that's it. I'll forget it by next week, but not next week because there's no more Chainsaw Man. But
fuck.
I just like how he was always like cool with being one of like Makima's dogs, and now he's like the leader of the pack.
Oh. Ooh,
you know what I mean?
You're right.
Yeah.
Look at that.
If that was what they were going for, I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna pull from it.
Yeah, I mean, then what was crazy is I did not expect this. I mean, I knew we were getting an ending, but I did not expect that we actually got the Control Devil back.
Oh yeah.
The key should be, it says, the kid was discovered in China. What the hell?
Yeah.
I didn't so I wonder if there was some type of time, like how much of a time skip happened, because like does the devil just respawn, reincarnate into a previously
like a person
being, or like it just inhibits somebody,
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
That's the wrong word.
Inhabits.
It's John Carlos' fucked up vocabulary again.
Inhabits.
Possess. I don't know.
Possess. Yeah, that's the word I'm going for. That one. But it was pretty crazy. Like as soon as I saw those eyes, I said, "Oh no."
Yeah. But it's
Miss
cool
Makima.
how Kishibe, he knows that they can't just return, this controlled devil to like the government. Like it has to be done a different way.
Yeah.
And like he recognizes how Denji has been able to like touch, like just emotionally, like just connect with basically everyone he's come into contact with, and like he puts like the trust in raising this devil into Denji's hands, and he already loves the previous, Control Devil. Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's interesting. We do see like again the intellect or the mystery that is still surrounded by Kishibe. Like, how much does he know? Like, how much does he know, and how much does he plan ahead? Like in the grand scope of things, he's obviously got these ulterior motives, and for what we seem to be for the benefit of mankind, as we can see, he's giving Denji control of the Control Devil, or giving her safe harbor with Denji because he knows Denji will protect his loved ones with his life.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting. And like it just makes me more excited for this, the next arc.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, something's going on with Kishibe for sure. Because I mean, didn't he say like he has to leave her with him because his life's about to get real busy? Like,
yeah,
he knows something's coming, and he's got like a lot of preparations to make. Oh, let me ask you this. Going back to like Makima, yeah, did it kind of make you sad for Denji, where he's like, Kishibe's talking to him about how did he know that attack, like that technique would work, that strategy would work on her, and Denji's like, I kind of picked up that she just relies on scent, and she had never actually seen me. Like, I don't know, that like just hurt, like, because Denji's like basically been invisible his whole life, and then the person he loves, he's invisible to them as well.
Yeah, I think it was a part of him just coming to an understanding. I think he kind of probably felt that pretty early on. But then again, like he just gave into it. And I think like that confirms it in earlier chapters where she basically said, you know, what's your wish? And he's like, I want to be your dog. You know, I just want to be like brainless and you tell me what to do. And I think, you know, that was just a real, you know, I don't know. It's rough, but at the same time, I think he needed to go through it to find out what's important to him, which is Aki and power and the other things that he's realized.
Yeah, his friends.
Friends, yeah, the power of friendship.
That's really what Chainsaw Man's about.
Bonding. But yeah, so I think it was, you know, this chapter was pretty stark contrast to previous chapters where it was most like action. We got a lot of verbiage here, a lot of emotions, a lot of, you know, touching the heartstrings, especially when Denji, you know, is taking care of what we now know is her name's like Nayuda. And, you know, he asks, what do you want to eat other than meat? She says sliced bread, which in the first chapter of Chainsaw Man, that's all Denji could afford was a slice of bread to eat. And then she gives that, you know, Denji peace sign pose, which is fucking awesome. I love that. And you see him, he's like establishing a family here. And we have this moment with Pochita of how his one dream was to have someone hug him. And Denji gave him that dream. And so it's pretty endearing, you know, and I didn't expect this out of Chainsaw Man, especially the ending like this. Especially what we have been getting for endings, you know, considering power, Aki, in the onslaught of like these last 10, 20 chapters.
It's been pretty brutal, so it's nice to get some happiness, you know, at the end, a good happy resolution. I like that whole Pochita, you know, scene. You know, it comes full circle. You see like a flashback to them in the early days where they're in like basically like the gutter, like he's just hugging him, and that's when like Pochita like tells him he just wanted someone to hug him. And then he kind of puts the task on Denji to fulfill the new, like the control demons or control devils' dreams too, which is just for a two-way relationship, not one that is influenced by the power of the devil.
Yeah.
And like Pochita knows he can do that. And like that's where then it like, you know, cuts to they're in bed like with all the dogs and he's just hugging the new control demon.
Mm-hmm. And she's like totally like loving it in like a family sense, like a total like, you know, this is my new family. Someone actually cares for me too.
Yeah, it's like
I don't have to force them. Yeah, exactly. Big brother. There you go. Which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of like in the beginning reading it, I don't know if you had this feeling, like I felt like Denji was basically kind of just like his character wasn't anything too deep, like there wasn't too much about him, which was how he was written in the beginning, but it was pretty like genius on the part where it was a long drawn out like character progression where you don't get a lot. You might get one little snippet of like him like developing into just a solid character every few chapters. It wasn't like you were getting a little bit every time you even, you know, read the latest chapter. But by the end of it, you're like, oh shit, he is actually a well-developed character.
Yeah, I agree, and it's been fleshed out in like the 97 chapters that we've had, which the madman Fujimoto what a mad lad. And it's just exciting, dude. It's hard to not be hyped, and I keep saying it's exciting, but I'm totally in love with the story in this manga, and I think for all the heartbreak that we did have in this last chapter really kind of closes the door on this chapter, on this arc.
Yeah.
Fully, you know. I think we got a lot of closure that a lot of mangas don't really, or a lot of at least mediums kind of miss out on miss the mark, and this we really got it like fully. I feel like this is an excellent ending. I would rate it.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a good ending even if we, didn't have future Chainsaw Man coming.
Yeah, if this ended right here, right now, there's like that was a fucking amazing series.
Yeah.
It still is, of course, but I'm like, damn, like this ending panel where we have Denji, essentially accepting his superhero status, and he's like getting ready to like rev his chainsaw. Instead of end of part 1, it could have said end, and I would have like round of applause. But damn, man, this is such a good series.
Yeah,
if you haven't read it, read it, and if it's got spoiled, read it anyways.
Yeah. Do it. Fucking Chainsaw Man. Gangster.
We've been
shit.
saying read it since we picked it up.
Since we started reading it.
Yeah, I think we knew at the very after the first 10 to 20 chapters, we were like, man, we can't just read. Well, we were reading 3 chapters, 5 chapters. Like, no, we can't do that, dude. We just got to read 10, 20.
Yeah.
And we got to get caught up. We got to keep reading this weekly because it's too good.
Yeah, I think that was our goal. Like, we just all right, once we get caught up, that's where we'll really start diving into it.
Yeah.
Well, it took like a week.
Yeah, it really did. It just pulls you in, man. And shout out to one of these guys. His name is oh my god, I forgot his Discord name. All that easy or something like that. But I was talking to him about this recent chapter, and we were going about it. How like, dude, where's Kobeni? Where's Kobeni? And he's like, dude, no wait, Kobeni's gonna be the mom in the family now. And I was like, that would be your luck, She just gets rid of her responsibility from her previous family, and now she inherits a daughter and starts panicking about it.
Yeah,
that'd be funny.
Yeah, it would. She has added a lot of comedic factors to it, so
that would be
happening.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too far fetched from the Chainsaw Man, All But Easy. That's his name. Chainsaw Man universe.
Yeah.